Now please, welcome to the podium, Eve La Puma.
Hi, I'm Eve La Puma from the Frederick Fennell Wind Studies program, and I will be attending Stanford in the fall. It is widely accepted in my family that my very first word was no. This contrary beginning was only the first sign of the obstinacy that was to come. As a child being filmed in our home videos, any moment where the camera was not focused on me was obviously a wasted one. My poor family had to become extremely self-sacrificing when it came to TV shows or eating out, since whatever show I wanted to watch or whatever dinner I desired instantly became a family choice in order to avoid a giant temper tantrum. They say where there's a will, there's a way. So in my family, my extremely strong will became everyone's way. This desire to stubbornly assert my superiority led me to choose oboe in 4th grade music class, a class made up of roughly 1,000 flutes, 3,000 saxophones, and 5 billion clarinets. Most kids there didn't even know the difference between a Phrygian half cadence and a perfect authentic cadence. I know, right? In middle school, I picked up the bassoon, another defiantly strange instrument, and the one that would lead me to OCSA. By the end of middle school, and my first and only year of public high school, my love of attention petered out and was replaced with a self-conscious desire to fit in. I watched how I dressed, what I said, who I hung out with. In my need to fit in, I became subservient to the desires of my friends, doing everything I could to make them like me, even if the me I was being was a drab shadow of who I so unapologetically was as a child. Music class was the only time I really felt I could express myself without fear. I wasn't expecting to come here in 10th grade. Somehow, in a flurry of changing jobs and new opportunities, I found myself saying yes to an art school, a school where kids cosplay on random days and no one looks askance, where hair every color of the rainbow is prominently on display, and where throwing a crumpled up piece of paper into a trash can counts as a sport. What struck me most in my first days at OCSA was the complete acceptance of what public school kids would consider weird. No longer was it strange that I could sing all of Shostakovich's Fifth, or that I could remember the lyrics to Hamilton better than the material for my next bio test. In fact, I was encouraged to express myself through my clothing style, or lack thereof, my actions, my words, and of course, my instrument. OCSA students defiantly go against all expectations of what high schoolers should be like. I have found students here with an all-consuming passion for their art, willing to sacrifice their sleep, their sanity, and their social lives to do what they love. Regardless of whether we pursue our art professionally, we learn, however unwillingly, how to get from the web to the 7th floor during a single passing period, some semblance of time management, and just how important the arts are to create a diverse and empathetic world. Beyond the students, there is the talented and tireless staff. Faculty like Ms. Sharoma, who immediately answered every email I had, no matter how obtuse the question, to Mr. Schaefer, who has provided at least half the quotes in my quote book, to virtually every academic teacher I had. They endeavored to make it clear that education means more than Common Core or an AP test. They made me feel like I was not my GPA, even as the college application process seemed to suggest the opposite. That's not to say OCSA has been easy. Going from public school to OCSA is a bit like learning how to ride a bike and then being asked to pedal up 7 flights of stairs in less than 10 minutes. Oh, and there's a whole school of people trying to do the same. It's no surprise most OCSA graduates say OCSA has made them over-prepared for college. While I've learned many things during my time here, there are 3 particular values I know I will carry with me to college and beyond. The first is work ethic. Being in school from 8:05 to 4:50 every day, and sometimes longer for extra rehearsals or events, takes a lot of energy. And the work doesn't stop when we get home. That's when we practice, do homework, and prepare for the next day. Keeping up with the pace of an art school has taught me what can be achieved through serious effort. The second is camaraderie. We've made countless connections here that we can depend upon in the future. Even if we don't always realize it, OCSA is a massive networking ground. The people around us can become our publishers, our ensemble or company members, our business partners. There is an amazing support system among OCSA students. I know the next time I need a string quartet for a party, I have a list a mile long of people I can call. Seriously, every time yearbook signing comes around, I feel like I should try to get as many signatures as possible because someone here is going to be famous one day. And finally, the third value I've gained is tolerance. OCSA students have an extraordinary capacity for allowing others to fearlessly be themselves. We understand that passion, even for something as strange as bassoon, is to be admired rather than mocked. If we can spread even a fraction of that incredible understanding and acceptance, the world will be a much better place for it. So, as we prepare to begin the next stage of our lives, I think it's time to take some advice from my 2-year-old self and say no. Say no to mediocrity, laziness, apathy, and that great evil, complacency. When the world tries to tell us we can't do something or we're not good enough, we fight back by proving the opposite. We know how to work our you-know-what's off, and we have the skills needed to build a better future. Perseverance, friendship, and compassion. And if there's anything I've learned here, it's that as artists, we don't do what we love because it's easy. We do it because it allows us to share our innermost selves with the world. Thank you. Now, please welcome OCSA founder and executive director, Dr. Ralph S. Opasek, and featured seniors to perform Forever Young.